Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. I am out here running the streets early this morning, picking up a little breakfast for me and my daughter, and then I'm gonna get out here and do what? Walk. Yeah, walk. It's nice. It's kind of a cool, crisp fall day, and so I was out here walking. But in the course of me going to the first place to pick up breakfast, which was to get me something sweet to treat myself, because I'm rocking and rolling on this health journey, and I want to treat myself. Once a month I treat myself. So in the course of me going to treat myself and get me some donut holes, yeah, I said donut holes. In the course of me doing that, I saw this homeless man, and since the Peter Pan has been in place, I have just felt that I should do something for the homeless people, because I'm seeing more and more homeless people in my neighborhood. And so I thought maybe if I make them a little care bag, with things that I think that homeless people would benefit from in it, basic necessities, and then also some shelf stable food in there that they could take from place to place, bottles of water, would be helpful for them, especially as hot as it is here in Texas. It's been just horrendous. And more around me, I'm seeing more and more homeless people. And so I had some bags made, and I hadn't seen any homeless around here lately to give them to. There's a couple of them I'm friends with now that I know real well, and I know kind of where they hang out. But this one particular guy was around the donut shop where I was, and he looked, disheveled and stuff, and he looked like he wasn't in his right mind much. But I said I'm gonna give him a bag, at least some shelf stable food and some stuff that he could do something with if he needs to. And I rolled down my window, and he snatched the bag real fast. He was like, "Ma'am, do you have a lighter?" And I said, "No, I sure don't." And I was driving away. So he was just going through the bag just frantically. What he wanted was a lighter. That's my immediate thing. I want a lighter. I want it right now. He probably had something. He was getting ready to smoke or something. And it did not have what he needed, or it did not have what he wanted at the time. What he wanted was a lighter. So in childlike fashion, he takes the bag and, "Hey, what I want," he slams it to the ground, and he walks off. Because I wanted a lighter. I look back, I was like, "No, you didn't. No, you didn't take my bag that I spent time getting together for you and throw that on the ground. You little ungrateful. No, you didn't." The law was like, "Okay, so wait. For you become indignant with your little bougie North Dallas self, your little bougie self, coming out of your little bougie neighborhood with your little bougie bags, never knowing a minute in homelessness, never knowing a minute in the depths of drug addiction, never knowing a moment where you didn't have nothing to eat. Yeah, okay, you little bougie something. So, okay, are you gonna learn anything from what he just told you? Or what are you gonna do? Are you gonna take your little bougie attitude and decide not to do what I done gave your hands and feet to do because it wasn't received like you thought it should be?" Well, I don't want to hear that on no Saturday morning. I just want him to take the bag and be grateful. Yeah, but you can't control people's outcomes and how they're going to do whatever it is they're going to do. You just have to do what my hands told you to do and go on about your business and be grateful and be thankful and pray for that man. You can't say, "Well, that's why I don't do nothing for them homeless people. They just all dust heads, meth heads, and stuff like that." And then what if he reached through the car and tried to choke me? What if he did this? What if he did that? Well, see, that's why I don't do nothing for them. No way. You can't trust none of them anyway. I mean, I just wish the government had somewhere to put all of them. Have you ever been homeless? Have you ever known a day where you were homeless? Where you didn't have anywhere to bathe? Have you ever known what it feels like to really be homeless? And is that going to be excuse enough when you stand before the Lord and He asks you what you did with all that money you had, all that time you had, all the ways you could help somebody and you chose not to? When you stand before Him, dressed in your finest, coming out your house, you know, and enjoying all the things that He gave you, having money enough and to spare. Will any of those excuses work for why you didn't do what He told you to do? Just because somebody is an ungracious receiver. We receive so much and we have so much and we waste so much. None of these things are going to be an excuse for Him. He didn't get what He wanted, but there are a boatload of other homeless people over there. And in that bag, they're going to find what they need. And they're going to get it too. I go to that place once a month, so I know what's over there. It's right by the freeway, and there's a lot of homeless people over there. So I know that bag will be of use to somebody. But He gave me some information that's good for me. Maybe not lighters I'll put in there, but I will find some small flashlights to put in there with everything else. So I did take something away from that exchange that I could use for future bags, and I'm going to use them. I'm going to get some small little flashlights today. It's always something that can be learned when you're trying to do something for God. Whether you think you do it right or not, whether it's received well or not. When your hands and feet find something to do, you're supposed to be doing it all to the glory of God, not your glory. And for a moment, I forgot that, and I just got in the flesh. I was like, no, you didn't. But how often does God do things for me that I'm ungrateful for? Just a little Saturday humbling. Y'all have a great weekend.